Tremaine Lowe, a one-star quarterback from Florida, has just committed to one of the best programs in the country. And we're going to be making him the starting quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs. And we're going to see how well he performs over his next 4 seasons. And for year 1, this is the schedule he currently has to go against. He's taking on UCLA, Baylor, number 2 Texas, number 6 Ole Miss, Kentucky Auburn, number 16 Tennessee, Florida, Mississippi State, number 3 Bama, and then Charlotte, and then he ends it off with his Georgia Tech rival. And last season, they finished I think 11-3 in real life, so as long as he stays around that, he would have a successful year as a quarterback. And this is Lowe's first play here, the 53 overall freshman quarterback, 1-star. What will he do in his first play? He hands it off for negative yardage, but that might be a blessing in disguise, because I think we have a chance to see his first career pass right here. What will he do in his first career pass is a play action, and he gets sacked for a 10-yard loss. But maybe that was another blessing in disguise. On his first drive, can he pick up a 3rd and 22? He drops back, throws it over the middle, and it's deflected. So his first drive, he had a net of negative 12 yards. Now, that's not a good first drive, but we're going to sim to the end of the game to see how well he performs in his first career game. His first career game ends in a 42-10 win over UCLA. They are currently number 4 in the country. They're probably moving up after this. And he gets player of the game with a 211 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. But those stats don't tell the full story. He also threw 2 picks with that. I don't even see how he got player of the game. Like, did a receiver go crazy? How was he able to get that many yards? Nah, no receiver really went crazy. I don't know how he got that many yards, but he did throw 2 picks with that. The real player of the game was the defense. And after that very mediocre performance against UCLA, I think we should check up on him against number 2 Texas to see how well he performs against them. So his game against Texas, they actually lose 22-7. So Lowe goes 20 for 31, 218 yards, 64% completion percentage, 1 touchdown and 2 picks. He might be averaging 2 picks a game at this point. And it looks like their touchdown was a 44-yard pass from Lowe, but that was their only touchdown on the day, which led to the score being what it is. And through 3 games right now, yeah, 659 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Like I said, he's averaging 2 picks a game. But he's throwing the ball pretty well, though, I guess, other than the picks. Like, he has decent yards for a 55 overall. But I guess his team is just getting him by right now. Now they have another ranked game against Ole Miss. Let's see how this one ends. We actually get to see this man on a game-winning drive here. 42 seconds left. They're down 4 here. Can Lowe lead them to a win here? Oh no. Okay, never mind. Now there's only 30 seconds left. Georgia does have 3 timeouts here. Maybe they can use it for Lowe here, but he throws it a quick pass over the middle. He's up getting the first down, and they use the timeout now. Lowe is low-key cooking here. He's 39 yards away from the end zone. If he can find someone open, they can win the game, but he overthrows a wide-open receiver. That would have literally won them a game right there, and he overthrew it. It is now 2nd and 10 from the 39. I don't think he's ever going to get a chance like that again. And he gets another one. He overthrows it again, and it looks like number 10 Ole Miss is taking down number 11 Georgia here. But on 3rd and 10, there's still hope, I guess, for Lowe here. Throws a quick pass over the middle, but that's not what they need. And now 4th and 6, 10 seconds left. Could Lowe make something work here? They only have 1 more timeout. So if this isn't last play, he only has 1 more after, and it doesn't work. Georgia now loses to Ole Miss, and they now fall to 2-2 on the season. And Lowe went 18 for 40, 205 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Now this is the worst completion game by far, but this is his lowest turnover game as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump through the season here. I might bring y'all back for Bama. All right, so Georgia is now 6-3 in the season, taking on 6-3 Bama, who has fallen to number 15 in the country. So after that loss to Ole Miss, they beat Kentucky, who is now number 24, beat Auburn pretty bad, who's now number 21, lost to Tennessee, and then beat Florida, beat Mississippi State, and now we're here against Bama. And I actually wanted to check his stats in his Tennessee game, and he had 401 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's his average at this point. But he had 400 yards against Tennessee and still lost. Now it probably has something to do with his 2 interceptions, but I mean 400 yards. He had a pretty good game. Either way, let's see what he does against Alabama. I'm starting to think maybe I'm bad luck, because he loses 24-7 to Alabama. It's like every time I come in the game, he loses. So I think I might have to slow down. I don't think I need to be coming in a lot. I don't know. Or it could just be him, because this is his worst performance by far. He threw 4 picks in this game. Well, worst performance we know. And he had under a 85 quarterback rating. After that loss to Alabama, they actually lost to Charlotte, who's 9-3 on the season. What happened to Charlotte? Either way, 9-3, Charlotte beat them. And they ended the season 7-5, 9th in the SEC. But there's always the next season. And we're going to go ahead and sim the next season to see if they can bounce back from this very mid-season. When I went to reorder the depth chart for the quarterbacks, I actually realized that he is no longer here, and that's because he got cut. Now I totally forgot to go save this man. And yeah, he is no longer on the roster here. So we're gonna have to get another one-star freshman to take his spot. All right, so we're back for the sophomore season. New Low is here. He's back starting. He's a sophomore. And I ended up just letting him play his freshman season. I really didn't look at it. I know they went 8-5, so it's slightly better than the last Low. But either way, we still have 3 more years with this man at quarterback. And this is his schedule for year 2. He has number 11 Florida State, number 9 Tennessee, number 15 Ole Miss, and number 20 Florida. So he has 4 ranked games, and 2 of them are in the first 4 weeks. This is how his sophomore season went. He lost to Tennessee 63-21, but he did beat Florida State, who was ranked at the time, 24-18. And they also went to have an 8-5 record as well. Same with Georgia, who actually finished 5-3 in the conference, so better than the season before. And then he lost to Ole Miss 31-7, beat Bama though 31-10, and then beat a ranked Georgia Tech 42-13. So he has some impressive wins up here. Now let's see what his stats look like in those games. Well, compared to the season before, he's definitely fallen off a bit here. I think he might have actually got injured, because it doesn't look like he played the same amount of games. Yeah, I don't think he played the same. So he got injured this year, which I kept injuries on just to keep it a little realistic. But he played till week 10. Yo, he was averaging almost 300 yards a game till that point where he got injured and only dropped 96. And just like the season before, he only had 1 more pick than touchdown, which I kind of noticed here. But his best game this season was probably against FC. Oh, of course. Let me find another good game. Yeah, this Texas win was probably his best game of the season. Actually, the QB rating shows that it actually was even better than the FCS East win. And in his sophomore season, he only has a couple more upgrades he can make here, and then he is maxed out. So I think he might be finishing at like a 74 overall. Unless our coach has the ability to where he can open up some of these slots. This is as good as he's going to get. But we're going to go ahead and send him to year 3 to see if he can perform better for his junior season. Junior year is here. He's taking on Florida State again. They're ranked again. 23 Clemson, 4 Ole Miss, 2 Tennessee, and 17 Georgia Tech. So we're gonna go back and kind of look more in depth into some games, but not these ACC games. We're gonna let them slide. We're gonna go look at these SEC, the top conference games. We're gonna look at the best conference in the world games right here, the SEC. That's what we're gonna look at. Some of you might be thinking, oh, Big Ten's better. Why did you say SEC's better? Big Ten literally won championship, blah, blah, this, blah. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to hear none of that. SEC's the top dog until I say otherwise. That sounded like I had a crazy ego. No. They're for sure. They're neck and neck. Like actually, all seriousness, they're neck and neck. They're right beside each other. All right, so it looks like Texas has caught the nation by surprise. They're now number 24 in the country, 4-0. The Sims low-key doubting them. I don't know why it took them 4-0 to get ranked, but anyway. We lost to Clemson 38-15, but we beat Florida State 45-43. So I guess we might deserve to be ranked. We're number 7. I don't know if we deserve number 7, but I guess we do deserve to be ranked since we did beat one of the ranked teams who are still ranked. But yeah, now we're taking on number 24 Texas, and let's see how Nulo performs against them. So a common theme here, they get whooped by Texas 36-15. Like, why is I don't think I've came in the game and we've won it yet. Maybe I am bad luck. Maybe I should take a step back like I said earlier. I don't know, bro. Let's see. Maybe he at least had a good game. 14 for 28, 217. 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Okay, he did not have a good game. Like, does he just fold when I start watching him or something? Like, is my aura that high? Like, what's going on?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, now Georgia's taking on number 3 Ole Miss. They lose this, season is pretty much over. They're gonna have 3 losses. Now they could sneak in, but how the season's been looking, I doubt it. They lose by 7 points this time. This time they actually put up a fight, but this is still another loss. This looks like even one of the best college football programs in the nation can't win a game with a 1-star quarterback. Like, the whole point of this experiment is get a 5-star school, win it all with a 1-star quarterback. That's the whole point of this experiment. Because I've played userly, and I've made like a 5-star, you know what I'm saying, quarterback, like an overpowered quarterback, carry a 1-star program. But it doesn't seem like the reverse is possible unless I play as a user. So this is the performance from this game. 16 from 33, 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Growing thing. Like, what does the running back be doing in these games? Like, he needs some other help. I'm not gonna lie. He can't do it by himself. Defense got to get picks or something as well. Oh, they did. Huh. That's probably, they probably, whenever the turnover battle is even, that's probably the only time the games are close. All right, so this experiment is looking like failed. Yet another 7-5 season. They did beat Tennessee and Auburn, who Tennessee wasn't ranked when they beat them, but Auburn was. They were 24, and they've only got better since. But they lost to Florida, then beat Mississippi State, but then lost to Bama. Actually, all their losses were close. There was no blowouts, really. There was no blowouts except the Texas game. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he's good enough that they can actually win with them now. I don't know. Let me actually check his overall. Georgia's not even a 90 overall team no more due to this quarterback. What is he right now? He's a 72 overall. This is a new dude, so I guess his ratings could be different. He's a 72 overall. These are his max stats, and yeah, he's not getting any better. All right, this is his final season. Oh, he just got the gauntlet. Yo, he just got the guy. They don't want him to succeed. He started off with Clemson and Oregon, 2 ranked games, then Ohio State, who I guess fell off. They went 6-6 last season. Maybe they fell off, I don't know. But then he got 24 Missouri, 6 LSU, Texas A&M, Florida, who's now ranked again, and then they got Oklahoma, who might be good as well. They literally gave him the schedule of doom and despair for his senior year, but maybe he can pull off this impossible task and take down all of these teams he has lined up against him. First, he's taking on number 23 Clemson. We're just gonna send him to the next week because I don't want to bring any of my bad luck onto him that I might have. But they lose this game 30-20, and he puts up 247, 2-2. Okay, I don't think a 5-star program could carry a 1-star quarterback. You know it's bad when they're not even ranked to start the season. Georgia isn't even ranked to start the season anymore. Maybe he turns it around against number 17 Oregon and get their first win on the season. So it looks like Georgia loses to Oregon 41-6. Way worse than that Clemson game, but he could beat Ohio State, or they could go 0-3 and the season's pretty much over. Let's see what happens. Hold on, he might pull it off. They beat Ohio State. I guess they aren't that good though, so I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but they're here facing number 10 Missouri. Really his last chance to turn the season around, and their Cinderella run ends here. They lose by 4 points to Missouri. Actually a hard fought loss, but ultimately a loss. We're going to send them to the end of the season. More likely than not, they would not be making the playoffs. Yeah, this experiment was a complete fail. What was I thinking? They're not even up here. They're in this conference. They're not even on the first page. We have to scroll down to see Georgia, who finished the second worst in the SEC. Yeah, this experiment, this is on me. I thought this would be a lot better than what it was. I don't know what happened to this team. This quarterback was their downfall. It changed him from one of the best teams in SEC to one of the worst teams in the nation. He ended his career as a 72 overall, and these are his stats from every year. I think this is the only season he got hurt. Maybe this one as well. Probably not actually. I think he just performed worse. Yeah, but at least every season he had a 1-to-1 interception ratio or better. So that's one bright side to this, because there is no bright side to this. This was terrible. He played terrible. Even a 5-star team couldn't save this man. But that will be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see me play as a 1-star quarterback and try to win a national championship, let me know down below. But that is it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. I am out. Peace.